In this workshop, we will illustrate a picture book spread inspired by an imaginative insect. The magic of picture books are for all age groups, children and adults alike. For anyone very young taking part, if a guardian could please assist. You can create a picture book by using any materials, be it collage, pen, pencil, paints. But for this particular spread, I'm going to use watercolor. So I'll run you through the materials that we'll be using today. These are artist quality watercolors, but you can try this with student quality as well. And this is a paper palette, which is really handy for that. I've got some water, some paintbrushes. These paintbrushes are specific to watercolor and they are round, so they hold the water very, very well. Some tissue paper, some black pens, a blade, a ruler and a cutting mat. You will also need some watercolor paper. This particular one is Arches 300 grams and it is hot pressed, which means that it's smooth. You can use any other type of watercolor paper you like. We'll begin with our bleed. For printing purposes, it's really good to do a bit of bleed around the edge. This means that if your page moves a little, your image won't be cut off and you're basically doing it as a safety net. So you can do that by using your cutting mat, or you can just measure the 3mm on your ruler and draw all the way around. With our pen, I'm just going to do the bleed like so. Now that we have our bleed, we're ready to get down to our illustration. But before we do that, this is a picture book layout. It gives you an idea of what an entire picture book layout is. So usually it is 32 pages. This is our front cover and back cover, our end papers at the beginning of the book, our end papers at the end of the book, and then the story with its illustrations is told within these boxes. So here is a double page spread. So we're going to be looking at this as a double page spread. This is the left side of my page and this is the right side of my page, and we're going to take the center into consideration. So for example, if you're drawing any small creatures or any small details in the center of the book, be aware that it could get kind of lost. So just to keep that in mind. What I'm going to do is taking inspiration from, let's say, this, draw just very roughly in some black pen, trying not to overthink it, just giving the general shapes. I'm drawing this in a permanent ink pen because I'm going to, perhaps if I feel like it, I might do a bit of a background on the page. I've drawn a few butterflies here onto the page. And I've used a permanent pen, and the size that I've used is 0.05. And as you can see, when you're working with watercolor, it is good to rest your hand on a piece of tissue paper. Just because any grease stains on the page, your watercolor won't take to it. So it's good to be aware of that. It's also good to be aware not to use an eraser on watercolor paper because, again, the paint won't blend in. It will just kind of sit on top of it. So I'm just doing this in a 0.05 pen, and then it just leaves you with the opportunity to paint over the backdrop. You can paint over it with watercolor paints or watercolor inks. You can also use pastel or polychromo pencils. And by having everything drawn out in the black pen, it just means that you'll be able to see your creatures underneath the top layer. When I'm painting a picture, I usually have some thumbnails beside me so that I can practice different techniques and different things that might work and what may not work. So here, as you can see, we've done a nice big transparent wash over the black ink, and I'm going to do another wash in a different colour on this one just to show you how that can be done as well. I've just put a few transparent inks down here, and these happen to be watercolour inks, and I'm just going to make a random colour mix here. I'm going to water it down. And as you can see, the ink isn't moving at all underneath the paint. And you don't have to do a backdrop colour. You could paint the butterflies first and then go around the edges with different colours. Sometimes it's kind of nice to do it afterwards as well. And another way of doing it is just by drawing around. I'm using a watercolour graphite pencil for this, but you can just use anything, and you can even crush up pastels and blend it in with a brush. And although some of these techniques are quite complex, possibly for someone very young, there's lots of ways of doing a picture book spread. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to water down a very light wash just to take away the white from the page. And I'm just going to sweep it over my page and do it quite quickly because you don't want to get any streaks. Good to stand over your painting as well. And I'm just going to go over it confidently with a bit of purple here. Again, you can use any colour that you like. It's just kind of showing you that when you're doing a wet on wet, you can kind of mix a number of different colours together. So I have my backdrop colour here. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I wanted it to be slightly neutral, and then I can work on the butterflies. It's up to you whichever way you want to design your picture book, but what I'm going to do is, these are a number of thumbnails that I've made for a story that I'm doing, and they didn't work out as thumbnails, so I'm going to chop them up and be a bit resourceful and incorporate a little bit of collage into this watercolour. We can now stick down our collage. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoy making your picture book spread.